Please share the live. I hope you guys can see me. I got hiccups. I hope you guys can see me pretty well. I just got notified that I'm live. Sitting on my hair. Welcome to the live, everybody. I'm just getting everything started, so hi. Give me 1 second. Uno momento, por favor. Let me see. Okay, boom. We got it. We got it. Okay. Let's pin the message. Can you guys hear me quite well? Because I'm trying some things a little bit different. Like this balancing act that I'm doing here. Okay, I think this is pretty good. We're just gonna chill today a little bit. Where you at? You at your boyfriend's house? James, do you think me and you are cool again or something? You don't miss a lot. James, how old are you? I think he ran away. I think he ran away. Anyways, welcome to the live, everybody. It's a very chill day today. Very chill Wednesday. And I don't think I am cold. However, I'm sorry, I don't think I'm getting a cold. However, you're 31. Oh, okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second. 1994. Okay, interesting. What's your birth time? And then your hometown, where you was born, so I could pull up your natal chart and see why you're drawn to this channel. It probably would tell me. Should we do cards today, you guys? Let me know. Because I'm not necessarily feeling doing the cards today, right now. But if it is a good idea, we can do it. Hey, welcome to the live, y'all. Good afternoon. It is 12:41 where I'm at. What time is it where y'all at? Okay, I can see. Is the lighting pretty good for you guys? It's 12:41 where you're at? Okay. We on New York time. Anyways, you guys, I'm just chilling today. I'm chilling up here today. We can do some messages if you guys would like. Boston. Okay, you're not that far from. I feel like Boston is not that far from of course, like Maryland and DMV. James, are you a Capricorn or an Aquarius? January 1994. What's your birthday and time and your hometown where you reside, where you was born? Do I still do the cards? Yes. Do you guys want me to do cards? Because if you guys still want me to, I can get that ready. I got it with me, is what I'm trying to say. No. Do either car cam. That's demonic. Y'all want to know something? I think somebody else thinks that. Somebody else thinks that too. So, wow, you look so beautiful. Long time no see. Welcome back to the live, DeMarcus. How are you? DeMarcus, when we going to set up another session? I hope all is well with everybody, returning members. You can get that ready. Fred Chambers, welcome to the live. I might do that. Can you see if a female wants to ride with you? Ride with you where? January 2nd? Oh, so you are Capricorn. January 2nd, 1994. Where was you born at? What's your city, state? Let you know when. We're going to set up another session this weekend. Okay, bet. You still got the number, so I got a different number to set up the session. So I might end up you can contact the number you have, the 804 number that you have, but I probably will connect you to another number. Oh, is she feeling you? Hi, you like my hair? Thank you. We can do that. Give me a second. Let me get the cards. It's in this bag right here. I had my phone. Hold on. I had my phone propped up like this. Isn't that such a cool stand? So we can see which cards we're going to use. This is one of my favorite ones to use just because the pictures are so easy. Like, I think the illustration is just perfect, low-key. But I do have What's the Tea. This is a microphone that I haven't set up yet, but give me a second, you guys. I might use this, Hidden Truth. And I do have this. I might use this one today. Should I use this one today, you guys? Oh, hell nah. I'm out, demon lady. You going to hell. Remember that when a demon tortured you. What the freak? What type of demon is going to torture me? She have a boyfriend and she planned to be with me. I just need to know. Oh, okay. So, welcome to the live. I dyed my hair. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if this could set up again like how I had it. I don't know if it would. Let's see if it will hold up. I think it will. Ooh. This is my ghetto rigged tripod. Okay, cool. You will see when you pass away. You in for a lot of fun. You will see your spirit. Ha 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 ha. You know, if you really was a person with the love of God in you, you wouldn't be so full with joy to say something like that to somebody that you really, quote unquote, cared about where their soul was going. You would more than likely, because, you know, it's not God's will for anybody to perish if you read that good book of yours. So the fact that you're saying that, it really shows where you're at in your life. I think that you are maybe projecting some negative feelings that you have within yourself on other people. Because, you know, what the Most High God said also in that good book is before you know, try to locate the speck in your brother or sister's eye, pull out the plank in yours. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm past that phase. I don't know if you're... I don't know if you're like a child, like around 18 and under. So that's why I'm being a little light with you. But if you're grown after the mark of 18 years old, that right there is just like, it just shows more about yourself than it does anything else. Like, you are getting glee out of trying to condemn somebody to hell, when honestly, Lord willing, I'm gonna live a blessed full life. I'm not gonna just pass away and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're very off and you're weird. So it's easy to ignore you because you don't have the light of God in you. There's nothing about what you're saying and doing that's going to make me consider God. Like the way that you make it seem as if I'm so demonic, I promise you, if I was demonic, like if I was just an evil person, I would target you the same way that you're trying to target me with your evil spirit. That's what I'm really trying to say. So anyways. Exactly. The whole dude's a clown. He got King Von's autopsy picture as his profile. Her name is Courtney, and can you test her if she's wife material? Let's see. Let's see Courtney. Courtney's coming out as somebody who Courtney, okay. She it seems to be some type of block when it comes to her magnetism at this time, or so she thinks. So at this time, it's like Courtney could be very, very attractive in all of that. She could be. Or she could be working on a glow up. However, there is something that's making her almost feel challenged a little bit in that area. But let's see how she thinks about you. She feels like there's a potential to be happy with you. However, that is blocked as well. Let's see how she would be in a relationship with you. How would she be in a relationship with him? She would be somebody who she will be the prize. How would she be in a relationship with him? She would be the prize in the relationship with you. So she might be a woman that you would want to give things to, because she's not going to be the one right away giving, if that makes sense. So she would be somebody who she would feel like she's in a prize position when she's in that type of energy. There's times where she might discuss like feeling overwhelmed with her life in some way, some aspect. I don't know, maybe just tired. Maybe she has a lot on her plate, and so maybe that's why. Some like she might be a woman who, if like let's say you might find yourself assisting her a lot, especially financially. Give me a second. Does she want to be with me? That's my answer. What do I mean by a block? Well, if you said that she has somebody else, so that could be the reason why it's not completely free flowing. Oh my God, it's the Miss Beautiful Julie. Welcome back, white boy Jeff. When you do your hair like that. I've been wearing my hair like this for a few days now. Maybe 4 days. Hey, Ray, how you doing? I'm doing good. I've been subscribed to the channel for 3 months now. Hey, that's what's up. Hey, Jewel. Welcome back, Tony. Is her boyfriend stopping her, though? So the blockage is the fact that right now she is not completely feeling herself. Like, she's not feeling completely like herself right now. So that in itself could make her apprehensive to jumping into a relationship with somebody. And you said she already has a relationship. She already has a boyfriend, which will make sense as to why she wouldn't, it's not like guaranteed for her to see the happiness because there's somebody else there. Third parties really are the reason why. I mean, in this whole situation, there is a level of romance here, is what I am intuitively seeing. Okay, there's a level of romance, but there's a level of a potential threat that she senses. It could be the fact that, like, I'm just going to keep it real. If a woman is in a relationship with a man and she's talking to somebody else, there's, just like with anybody who has 3 parties, it's always going to be a blockage between her or him fulfilling something with the other person, the third party. The fact that the first person is there is going to make it a little bit difficult for them to just go straight to you. That's always, especially if emotions are involved, whether it's the other person that has emotions for them or they have the emotions for that person. Some people aren't heartless. Some people aren't super cold. They're not going to be like, fuck you, block today, I'm with my new man. Some people aren't like that. So she most likely want to ride with me Give me 1 second, you guys. I just need to blow my nose. Give me 1 second. And then I'll get back to your question. I'm back. Sorry, you guys. My live disconnected because my thing force closed. Okay, so she most likely want me to. What do you mean? Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. There is a sense of unrequitedness here in the energy, and it has mostly to do with the fact that there are these blockages. Like these came out like this, which means her attractiveness or attraction, there is some level of a blockage, as well as her going forth and seeing this as something that she could have success in. So those two things are things that are not full, they're blocked right now. So how would she be in a relationship with you? She would be somebody who would be absolutely the prize. She would probably I'm sorry, I was gonna say something light, but she would absolutely be the prize. She would expect you to give to her, especially if you gave to her financially. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. I do see here that there is strong romantic interest here, is how I'm seeing this card intuitively. There is a form of ups and downs emotionally, meaning there has been some stormy clouds that has came upon this situation, as well as romantic energy. I see that it might be you showing here that you have a lot of emotions, love, or care for her, is what I'm seeing. And she adores it in some way. She really appreciates it. Is that Migo trapping still here? Do she want my money? She's somebody who, if you were to give her money, she would expect that. I'm attracted to. What do you mean blocked though? This is her energy. That's not your energy. Is it true she want me only for money? Does she feel the same way? I'm gonna shuffle through and see. But these blockages were her blockages. That wasn't about you. He wants to be the bad bitch. Yeah, so she sees herself as the prize. And so in the dynamic between you two, she would be the prize. Not to say that you're not valuable. So she blocking me from these things? No. That Migo trapping, how old are you? How old are you? So Spirit is showing your energy as being stubborn. Are you a Taurus, Capricorn? Are you a Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Leo by any chance? You are asking that Migo's trapping. You're asking me so many questions, and then when I answer a question, it's kind of difficult because then you ask me another question and another question, and then if I ask you a question, you don't answer the question, so it's kind of getting a little difficult. So basically, just to rehearse or go over the energy one more time. This girl that you're inquiring about, okay? She, when it comes to her pursuing a relationship with you, at this time, there are two things that are absolute blockages that I saw that just came out for like right away. The two blockages that she's facing right now in her life, in her energy, is when it comes to her being able to be in that energy that is like, it's not completely like a feel-good energy. It's like, you ever got your hair done and you feel so good about yourself? That energy she's not in right now. So it wouldn't be personal if she were to meet the man of her dreams today. If she were to meet the man of her dreams today, she still wouldn't feel completely confident. That's what it is. And it has something to do, it's something that everybody experiences, you know? You put on a really good outfit that day. You feel really good about yourself. You feel yourself. That aspect is the aspect. The second blockage is her feeling like it will be a success between y'all two. Now, you said yourself that she has a relationship. So if she has a boyfriend, then that in itself can really prevent you two from having success in y'all two being together in the way that you probably are desiring. You said she doesn't like him. What makes you think that? Why would she be in a relationship if she didn't like him? I'm curious. What makes you say she doesn't like him? What do I mean by she's the prize? Okay, so this is the dynamic. If you and her were to get into a relationship today, right now, she would be the person who is, she would be the feminine. She would be the woman. Meaning this. If I'll use me as an example. Let's say I went out on a date with a guy. Me being the prize in that situation is him thinking that I'm very beautiful, him thinking that I'm maybe intelligent, I got a good personality, maybe I look the part, something that is making him be like, wow. And so in that, he probably he'll give things to me. He'll probably make offerings to me. He'll probably take me out to eat. He'll probably put money in my hand to go get my hair done, my nails done. He'll probably open the door for me. He'll probably, if I needed help with something, hey, could you help me? Could you take the trash out for me? He'd probably take the trash out for me. Those are just examples of the quote unquote woman being the prize. He wouldn't want to lose me, but also it's not just out of him not wanting to lose me. It would also be him wanting to honor who I am as well. Like sometimes you really like somebody and you wouldn't mind doing certain things for them. That's what I mean by she will be the prize. It showed that in the first spread, it showed that she would definitely, I don't want to say that she wants you for your money. However, she would be one of those girls. Because if I were to meet a man right now, I wouldn't necessarily quote unquote want him for his money, but I expect a certain thing from him. She would expect that in a way. What is he getting in return? He didn't ask me that. But the question is she giving me these emotions? Is she giving you what emotions? Is it true or she's only using me for money? Let's see. Spirit, is it true or she's using him for money? So I think she's the person, I got 7 of Pentacles. She's a person that believes a man has to prove himself. She's a woman that believes a man has to prove himself to her with 7 of Pentacles. It says hard work pays off, cultivation, growth, results. Are you familiar with the story in the Bible where Jacob wanted to marry Rachel and he ended up getting tricked and he married the sister first? That part's not important. But do you remember the dynamic of that story in the Bible where Jacob had to earn his way into marrying Rachel? That's this. So she's the type of person that thinks a man, it's not like she's consciously saying in her head, a man has to prove himself to me. She's not doing that. I'm just describing you the energy. For instance, if I meet a stranger off the street right now, I don't know that man. I don't know that man at all. So we have to build a level of trust, right? So there's different things that we can do to develop that level of trust. That's basically what this is. Bro, she literally just said she'll leave him for me. She said that to you? Can you answer my question? I'm confused. But you give me an energy that you are young. Are y'all both young? Like, y'all are both like, how old are you? Because some of these things are kind of automatically understood after a certain way. Can you test if she's feeling me or not? Let's see. Let's see, Spirit. Can you show me? I kind of picked up on her energy already. But let's see. I kind of already gave you that is what I'm trying to say. Spirit. How does she feel about this person? She feels nice about you. She feels really good about you. These are very strong emotions right now. She has a lot of hope, faith. She feels like you will be a good start. So you saying that she told you that she wants to leave her boyfriend, that's what this is kind of giving me that energy of. Like, she thinks of you as somebody who could nurture her. Like, you know, that she could probably give back to. She feels almost like she was led to you, like almost like y'all were spiritually connected to each other. She also looks at you as like something that is the answer to her probably getting out of her relationship. So yeah, the sun energy came out with the Queen of Wands again. This is the first energies that came out when I asked how she feels about you. So when the blockages aren't there, aka the third party, she could feel more so this, or at least that's what is being said. If the blockages weren't there, then it will be full attraction. She will be attracted to you. She'll feel like this is a success. She will want this to be a new start. She might even feel like y'all are led to each other, like soulmate kind of energy. Okay? But with the Seven of Swords and Ace of Cups at the bottom, there would be a sense of betrayal of her leaving somebody or something. So that's probably the third party. So yeah. So check the description box, you guys, and there's many different ways that you guys can send in gifts towards me, donations, for just like honoring my time here. Okay, I am doing most of this stuff for like free, if that makes sense. However, you know, some people really do show their appreciation by not just like, you know. So that's just something to keep in mind, you guys. I have Cash App, is $REJUL. And there's other ways that you can send in donations too. Just check the pinned comment and the description box for that information. Is there somebody else who has some questions though? So that way I'm not just focused on one person. I can get a lot of different people in. Because at this point, I would suggest that Migo to book a personal. But, you know, I am happy to give some people some freebie energy reads. Yeah, bro, gotta be still in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has the energy that he's very young. Because every time I describe something, he's like, he wants it to be expanded upon. Which is not a problem. It's not a problem. Sometimes it's like we want to hear it a few different ways first. To make sure we either get it or something. So. But. But yeah. Let's look at the Hidden Truth Oracle to see if anything else comes out for this girl's energy. You see how he keeps asking, does she want him? Didn't he ask that question like 5 different times? 5 different ways? He keeps asking. Like, for instance, he said, is she in love with him? If I answered and said, yes, she's in love with you. Then he will say, but does she want to be with me? And then I'd be like, what the freak? Like, he's asking the same questions. Welcome to the live, new people. Yes, thank you. Trap, not the little one. Big Trap, not the little one. Thank you so much for saying that. Donations are definitely accepted. So, is there any other people in here who are looking to do that Migo trapping? I literally answered that a few times. Like, if the reading said that she thinks that y'all two were spiritually led to each other, how old are you? Let me ask. how old are you two? Because the energy just said she feels like y'all have been spiritually led to each other. That's like soulmate energy. You're 18? Okay. So that is a good sign. That's exactly what you're looking for. Is she in love with you? I think there's a strong connection that she feels with you. So expand upon that. You were the best thing in my life. I mean, it's coming up in reverse, so I'm going to read it as such. I replay our conversations over and over. I feel like this is your energy towards her. I think you replay your conversations with each other. And because this came in reverse, it's just because you think that she could be the best thing in your life. What does she feel? And tell me about it. I just told you about it. I think you will benefit from watching a replay. I can't sit here all day, especially without getting a donation or paid. Nigga, you still young. It's plenty of fish in the sea, gang. Mind you, she does have a boyfriend. I miss Teddy Pendergrass. What happened? So she's rejecting me? Where are you getting this? The reverse? That Migo trapping, I don't think readings are for you. But the only reason why I'm saying that is because every single time I give you something straight, you have a question about it, and it'd be so simple. I'm kind of troubled. I'm starting to feel a little troubled about your you know what I'm saying, reading comprehension or just comprehension skills. Really. Yo, go check your text. Welcome to the live, Gabby. That 316 though. Hey, Sunny, welcome to the live. Tell me how she feels. Just tell me that. That Migo trapping. You remember last time you sent in donations? Let's get that going again. Send me some donations, and then I'll answer you that question. I'll tell you how she feels. Send me a donation right now, and we're good after all. Because this man gonna ask me the same question. I can tell you 5 different ways the same exact question. I'll answer it 5 different ways. That Migo trapping. No. Send in the donation and I'll answer all your questions. I'll even go into details. I'll go into details. The last time, the reason why I'm saying this live is because the last time that Migo trapping came up here, it was a different girl. It was a different girl, I think. I hope it was a different girl. This was like some months ago. This was probably like in the springtime. So probably March to August is what I'll give it. He asked me about another girl who was his ex, I think, and I told him that she didn't like him. I don't know if it was I don't think it was his ex, but he asked me about a girl. I said she didn't like him. This man was literally about to fight me and the whole chat because the message kept saying that she didn't like him. Like, he started crashing out in the chat. He started crashing out in the chat, y'all. And the same thing that he doing here with this other girl, at least the other girl interested in him. But with the first girl, he started crashing out in the chat. He talked about, so what do you mean? She do like me. You reading those cards wrong. Do it again. Do it again. So he had me, y'all, he had us stuck on live on him for like almost half an hour plus. Half an hour plus before he starts sending in donations. So that's exactly why I'm going to low-key ignore him until he's sending the donations. Shout out to Sunny for the super sticker. He argued, y'all, he started crashing out. The whole chat started, because you know, y'all here watching me with him. Y'all, I'm saying, y'all here watching. So the chat heard me say the same message basically in different ways, shuffling and reshuffling. And then the chat started getting mad at him, talking about some, bro, she don't like you, gang. Like, move on. And he started arguing with everybody. But he used to have a stunner for Vegas as his profile picture and his name. But I remember him. If it's not him, that was another person who was the same exact way. But this guy has been here before, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, he kept telling me to shuffle the cards again. She didn't like him. But at least this new girl like you. That's good. That Migo trapping. That's good. The new girl like you. She got a boyfriend though. Like, what you got going on? I think you need to find your self-worth and value. But that's not also what you're asking for. Who's next? Ask a question. Somebody ask a question. That Migo trapping laughing. I'm serious. Like, hit the gym. Hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? As your free time. Every time you want to talk to that girl, hit the gym. Start working on your physique. You know what I'm saying? Start figuring out your future, what you want to do in your next 5 years. If you want to go into school or some type of schooling, meaning like, you know how some people do certifications and stuff like that, I think that it will be a good time right now to really lock in on that, because 5 years from now, 6 years, even 10 years from now, it's going to go like this for you. And the more established that you are and focusing that energy on yourself and not girls, the girl's going to come anyway. The girls is going to come anyway. The exact same thing that you want right now, if you're okay with being patient, that's going to be an automatic thing for you in the next 5 years even. I'm saying this just to put it in perspective. Think about how fast high school went for you. High school is 4 years. Think about the fact that you was just in 8th grade 5 years ago, and you're an adult now. So put that in perspective. Your next 5 years can go by very fast, and you can make a lot of progress and changes, and you can focus it in your finance and your appearance. So hit the gym, work on your finances, and I promise you, even while you're doing those two things, the girls will come. But once you're already established in those two areas, the girls will automatically be there. So you worried about this one girl that you think is fine. You have probably like 5 different fines and then the rest to choose from. Is my baby mama being sneaky? Ooh, let's see. Let's see. Spirit, thank you. It's Hustle Man, baby mama. Show me her energy. Is she being sneaky? I'll be honest. I think she is trying to achieve something, but it's not going the way that she wants. I feel like you feel like you're in a lack of control because you can't control her. I feel like you feel like you can't, you know what I'm saying? You feel like she's being sneaky too, and you don't feel like you're in control of it. If she is trying to do something right now, I ain't gonna lie, it's not going her way. Migo, I have 4 GIs, nigga. Just stay down, gang. Man, get the money. Fuck the gym. So some people, they don't care about the gym either. But I'm just saying, like all his pool, you know what I'm saying, to release sexual frustration, hitting the gym is very ideal. I mean, he could eat too and get fat, but I'm saying like to release sexual tension and frustration, hitting the gym is going to give him a satisfactory feeling than it is of him trying to like beat off all day. Like he could do that too though, to be honest. He could do that too if he wanted. He could beat off all day and just work on his money. But for him to get the ideal results that he's looking for, hitting the gym is going to be beneficial. He's going to feel a boost in his self-esteem. He's going to feel a boost in achievement, his sense of achievement, his reward system. He's going to be disciplined as well. That's a good skill sets. Mind you, he's only 18 years old, you guys. I said if he do these things within the next 5 years, this one girl that he's looking for, which it's not a bad thing to be interested in somebody, by the way. But this girl who already has a boyfriend that he's asking about, he can have plenty of those types of women. Probably better. Julrae, when you said the first girl didn't like me. Wait, hold on. What you said? What do you mean by that? Oh, that me go trapping. That was from months ago. But you remember you was stuck asking us questions on live for like 50 minutes? Please go see my chat. Okay, you guys know. Okay, Gabby, I will when I'm available to do it. Big Trap, she said the first girl didn't like me. Jules, please go see what I said to you. Answer my question. Which girl? Is my baby mama sneaky? Oh, I answered the Hustle Man. You said she don't like me. That boy Migo, I was referencing a whole different video from months ago. I don't even remember at this point. I'm not even completely sure it was completely you. I just think it was though. How do I know? Because apparently we did this already. We did the whole reading energy. That's how I know. Let me try to see Gabby's chat for a second, you guys. I appreciate you guys knowing that I'm only one person, so it's kind of difficult to assist everybody at one time. Gabby, your Halloween makeup looks really believable. It's scary. It's scary good. Gabby, your makeup is scary good. I'm gonna have to watch the videos later though. Should I find someone new? Let's see. Should Hustle Man, what's Spirit's advice on that? Ooh, I'm gonna pick up this card too. So many things remind me of you in reverse. Wheel of Fortune, upright. I think a cycle has closed. If you feel like your feelings have shifted, or this person's feelings have shifted from you, then that is something that I see. I do see a lot of let go energy. I think that after you fight for something, if you don't get those results, I think that you or this other person are the type to let go. I think one person's fighting for something and the other person's no longer fighting. Definitely not in the same way. I think there has been many different battles with this person within this relationship of you fighting for something, and somebody feels like the romance here has died, or somebody feels like, yeah, the romance has died here. I see somebody looking to get more enlightenment on how to go about the situation. That could be yourself here. Spirit said don't overexpend yourself here. So I see somebody's just more frustrated. Four of Cups. Somebody feels rejected and lonely is what I'm seeing it as. So let's see. What's Spirit's advice? Should he ultimately go or what? So this is the authentication card, okay? I just get it as like an Ace of Swords card right now. It says, thank you, signed MK. Da, da. I think Spirit wants you to express yourself at least one last time with her. Really sit and think about how you feel and what you would like to happen between y'all two. And once you have this conversation with her, let's see what would happen. Once you have this conversation with her, sadly, you might feel like, I don't know if this is you discussing heartbreak with her, with the Six of Cups here and the Knight of Cups in reverse. I don't know if you're discussing heartbreak with her or if it will lead to heartbreak, meaning that you won't, y'all will inevitably walk away from each other for this time period. But something about you putting it out on the table, somebody thinks of it as a bad idea, while somebody else, it will feel like a good idea, is what Spirit is showing. Somebody won't be able to let go. That might be you, while the other person is asking to be let go. And I keep seeing that. I keep seeing that there's not, y'all both aren't on the same page with this dynamic here. Imagine expressing yourself and no resolution. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Somebody is thinking to stay in this relationship is a good idea. The other person isn't necessarily seeing it like that. So I do feel like that could make you feel a loss of control. But this Tower moment is not a bad thing. It's just something that is going to help you get led to what you actually desire with somebody. So there will be, like, Spirit doesn't, I'm not giving you this message as well to break you, like break your pride or anything. Spirit is doing this because you've been asking for balance in your life. You've been asking for certain things in your life that you really desire. And sometimes we do feel like it's with a specific person for this time. Spirit is saying at this time it's not with this person. So will you find somebody else? I think happiness is somewhere else. It's happiness to you feels like it's in the distance. Like you feel like you will never find somebody the way that you feel for this person at this time. That's not true. I think that once you start pouring into your own cup, once you yourself let go of the situation, it's going to balance out for yourself. Let's see what else is going to happen. I know that you might be a little skeptical here with the Four of Cups of this. Like, you're kind of skeptical of the idea of leaving your baby mama. Maybe you feel a little bit like you leaving her is going to guarantee that she won't be with you. But what Spirit is saying is that you already feel that way. Like the feeling that you are fearing, to some extent, you already feel that way. You feel lonely. So what Spirit is saying to you is you will find the most fulfillment and achievement when you close this cycle out. The cycle has closed out between you two, actually. So the possibilities are going to be endless. I think that you're going to find another woman, and it's going to make your baby mother feel a little bit in competition with her, because this it's this, is it the next one, Spirit? I think once you let go and you close out this cycle, Spirit is showing me two different girls. There's a third one, but it's not going to even launch. It's going to be a third girl. You're probably going to see her out in the mall or something, like, just for an example. So there's 3 different girls, but really it's only 2, because the third one, it's like y'all don't get past texting or something like that. These 2 different girls, one of the girls, I think you're going to find yourself really being fascinated with her, and your baby mama is going to notice this at some point. Yeah. This might happen in the month of March, or something about the number 3 and 5. Once you start being uncaring, this is how your baby mother's going to see it. Once you stop caring and giving a F about her, because you're like engulfed in this new woman that you find, she's going to feel some type of way. That's why I feel like Spirit keeps saying to me, or giving me the impression that this thing that you want with your baby mama, it's not completely off the table for some reason. Like, it's still there. It's just that right now she would like space. So yeah, Ace of Wands, she's gonna be, once you find a new girl, oh, this is so toxic. This is so toxic and crazy. Once you find a new girl, once you let go of this situation and you don't give a fuck no more, just to be frank, and you find another young lady that you're fascinated by and you're intrigued, like, you're gonna genuinely be intrigued by this girl. Your baby mama is going to come back and she's gonna want to try to spark it up with you. Like, she's gonna be all over you. She's gonna want to be with you. Sonny talking about some. He's talking about some leave, go cheat. He's also F my baby mama. But look, Six of Pentacles, you're gonna feel like she is a person who is. You're going to feel like she's toxic. You're going to feel like she's trying to get something out of you. Be careful that she don't try to put you on like child support or something, or want to be, you might see her as trying to abuse her power of being the mother of your child. So you might think that she's doing this to try to kiss your ass out of nowhere. You might think that, like, why are you coming around now? Like, you might feel that way. So who asked that question? Who asked the question right there that we just did the reading for? Hustle. So Hustle Man Bubba. That's what I got. Welcome back to the live, Charlie. How are you? So that's what I got for you, Hustle Man Bubba. Blonde suits you. Thanks, Charlie. Once you leave your baby mama and you stop caring about her, you go out there and you meet somebody new, and she sees that, and this is gonna be the first time she gets the shock of her life that you don't care about her like that. This lady's going to start becoming a little toxic, okay? She's going to be controlling. She's going to try to get that sense of power back. So just know that. You missed my live streams. I know. I'm here earlier again. Hey, you're a beautiful woman. Thank you. So yeah. Get me go trapping. Let me know when you sent the donation, and then we can start your reading. We can do the rest of your reading. Charlie, where you been? I thought of you recently, like within the past, like I say 7 days, probably 7 days ago. I thought of you. Fuck your baby mama. Get a female finer than her. I think that Hustle Man Bubba is going to run into 3 different women. One of them is not going to get off the ground like almost at all. So he might just be intrigued by one woman and want it to be something, and it don't. You know what I'm saying? That could be like you like somebody on Instagram, you DM them, something like that. So it's going to be at least one of them like that. And then the other two women, he's going to have more of an exchange back and forth with them. But one of them, he's going to be interested in, and it's going to be, y'all going to like each other. Do I have Apple Pay? Yes, I have Apple Pay. Hustle Man, I do have Apple Pay. What do you need for my Apple Pay? Do I need your number? I was thinking about you too. You're reading accurate. The Virgo lady was wearing a mask. Wow, that's crazy. That Migo trapping. I'm gonna do your reading in just a second. Let me set up with Hustle Man Bubba. Hustle Man Bubba, do you have Instagram? Because if you send me a message right now on my Instagram, I can give you the information for my Apple Pay. You've been doing inner healing. That's good. That's really good. I like to hear that, Charlie. Okay, the girl that I was talking about that never liked you. Your sister is your chocolate twin. Charlie, we kept on hearing that all weekend. Charlie, all weekend, everybody kept saying that exact words. It was like, she's your chocolate twin. Let me show you a DM that somebody just sent that to me. And then we went to this one store and this lady said that to us. I said, oh my gosh, I haven't heard that we look like twins since we were a little bit younger. Because there was a time period where people stopped saying that, but I don't know why. But yeah, look, somebody said this right here. Yo twin, the chocolate version. It's probably flipped backwards, but so beautiful. I love it. God protect you guys against all evil eyes. Look, amen. Oh my gosh, y'all. I almost mixed this card in here. I need to know if she feeling me or not. Okay, Migo trapping. One question at a time, please. You could pass for a teenager mom that had her. I'm not gonna lie, when my mom and my oldest sister that passed away, rest in peace to her, that used to happen to them too. So that boy Migo trapping. Tell me the question that you want for sure to be asked. Just one. Just one. She just contacted me, bruh. Okay, cool. Like, does she have feelings? Sorry, good genes got a brother. Charlie, I do. Charlie, I have 3 older brothers. The one that's a step before me, he's a few years older than me. Look, we'll DM Charlie. I would love to marry you. Answer me on that. Okay, that boy Migo, put the next chat, put the question, and I'll do that one. She said, "Oh my God, wow." Charlie, because you're a Cancer, I don't know which one you'll get along with. Charlie, I don't know which one you'll get along with. Your family's good looking. I think we all actually are very nice looking. We're a nice looking family. I do think that. And my parents too. So actually, yeah, both of our families are very attractive families. Scorpio. You would get along with my brother that is a Sagittarius Scorpio moon. Question, is she willing to die for you? What the fuck? Does she have feelings for me? Oh my gosh. Okay, that more Migo. Let me ask. Does she have feelings for you? Let's see. Does she have feelings? Does she have deep feelings for that boy Migo? Does she have deep feelings? This is giving me an indication that she does with the strength card 8. I think she does. I think she has deep feelings. This nigga blowing my high. He asked, would she die for him? Oh my gosh. Look, but I want to tell you something. Either you or this other woman has some sense of either it's a lack of opportunity, maybe it's insecurity. I think that one or both of you are insecure. But I do see you making plans. Like, somebody's insecure, but they're going towards the potential. So that's good. Somebody's facing their fears. Hey, tell me why this girl, Darian, unfriended me. She's a Leo. Let's see. Why did Darian unfriend? Maybe. So Darian holds some type of secret. I don't know if this is like, is your friend Darian or you different financially? Like, y'all families are different financially? Is one more wealthy than the other one by any chance? Because I think somebody secretly feels some type of way about that. Somebody feels like somebody gets more luck in life. So she probably unfollowed you because she thinks that either you're luckier than her, you probably got something that she wanted, or you might feel like she's luckier than you. I asked her if she knew my man, and she said no, and that she never met him, but then she unfriended me randomly. There's some type of secret that she is keeping away from you. And I think that it has something to do with she feels like you get some things that she doesn't get. Let's see what else. I think she thinks that you are fully yourself. Like, she might look at you like you feel like you are the big dog, like you're the plug. 5 of Wands, this girl's in competition with you. So she feels like that's what she needed to do. Like, she doesn't like you, by the way. So you're calling her your friend still? This girl doesn't actually like you. She looks at you as competition. I'm a lucky person, but I made a thirst trap and posted it. So she's feeling jealous. Like I said, she feels like you have something that she doesn't have, that she wishes to have. She thinks that you're more accomplished than her. Maybe she's not in a relationship or in a happy one, or whenever she gets into relationships, it's probably like flings, situationships, one night stands type energy. You know, maybe she feels like guys take you more serious than her. So she looks at you as somebody who's like, girl, I have this and I have this. Like, you're talking to her like she's your friend. Like, girl, John just bought me this new purse And I think it's cool, but I think that he should give me the brown one. I wanted the blue one. He gave me the brown one. You're thinking that y'all are good girlfriends. She's looking at it like, rolling her eyes like, this ungrateful little bitch. I wish a guy would just at least buy me something. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the energy. Give me 1 second, you guys. I gotta blow my nose. So give me 1 second. Let me try to make sure y'all don't hear this. If I can. Okay, I'm back, you guys. Give me a second. Blow out bad vibes. You know what I'm saying? I was down to be her friend. Maybe sometimes us the women, we can threaten people and it's not something that we should take personal. We can be friendly, we can be down to earth, we can be givers. When another woman feels threatened by you, she'll make up the reason why she has a problem with you. For instance, there was this one girl who was connected to somebody who I was close with, that I grew up with, that I see as family. And so whenever she came around, this girl, I would always be hospitable towards her, meaning just regular stuff. She comes in the house. Do you want something to drink? Like, do you want water, tea, or whatever? Something like that. That's normal, right? When girls don't like you and they feel intimidated by you, they make it up. Now they look at you and they say, I don't like her because she's a people pleaser. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that is like ridiculous. It's like, how am I a people pleaser by being human and regular? Like, a stranger could walk in here and I could be hospitable towards them too. But they will make it up in their minds to say what is the reason why they can't vibe with you. Because there will be drinks and stuff. I also posted yesterday about how I wouldn't want my kids at my wedding because there would be drinks and stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of sad to say, but I feel like sometimes we gotta find other women who aren't intimidated by us. And the more that you seem stable in your life, the harder it is, because majority of women, even yourself, you can be struggling with insecurities or things that you feel like it's not up to par of your liking. But other women can be threatened by what you already have for yourself, even if you're not aware of it. Can I send you a question for why this karmic dad calling? Sure. I wish she wasn't weird. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I've experienced a lot of different women who have treated me like that, like for no reason at all. So I definitely understand you. Let's see if you two could reconcile, because sometimes girls can go through this type of thing in relationships, and it's like you just understand that she's a friend that it's almost like you can't tell her every aspect of your life anymore because she's jealous. Like, once you realize a girl is jealous of you, if you still feel like y'all can potentially be cool, if she doesn't confront the jealousy within herself, then you just kind of pull back yourself. She didn't block me, but I noticed it said add friend. Interesting. Let's see if you two can reconcile. Spirits, show me. Could them two reconcile? 4 of Pentacles and Temperance. I'll be honest. I think your friend, somebody is controlling here, and the other person's trying to find meaning in life and balance. So could y'all two be friends again and reconcile? 5 of Wands is still at the bottom. Let me break the deck. 7 of Cups in reverse. Feeling trapped, missed opportunity, reality check. I'll be honest. One of you two is more level-headed than the other. The other person is more holding a grudge. So until that part is addressed, which some people are prideful and they will never even try to acknowledge the self-awareness of them being jealous. So they won't even say, like, yeah, I'm jealous. Is she jealous of who your man is? I just have fun in life and make money. I'm gonna look and see. But what I'm getting right away is the reality check is that until everything's addressed, her personal, you know what I'm saying, qualms with you, which it seems like she's just insecure. So if you want to keep an insecure person that doesn't like you around you, you can, girl, but I don't think that's wise. Yeah, somebody's more aggressive and out of control, and it's probably her, the way that she unfollowed you. Insecure women are scary. Girl, not only are they scary because they want to be around you, but you're triggering their unhealedness. And that right there is the part that's really scary. Cause like it depends on also how vindictive they are too with it. Because sometimes when girls are insecure and they're around you, they, like I said earlier, they make up reasons to justify their fucked up ways towards you. So like if the girl has whole tendencies, she would justify fucking your man. Even if your man never came onto her, she would justify it if it were to happen. I'm not saying that that's going to happen here. However, the girl is aggressive and she's out of control. So keep that in mind too. I'm not saying it would, but it seems like it's a high likely possibility that she could be that type of friend. To be like, oh, well, like, you know, and then she'll justify it. Oh, well, when me and you, like, you pressed me. Those are those types of people. Like, why would you ask me, why did I unfollow you? Why did you ask me, am I jealous of you? Like, those are those type of girls. Like, it would just escalate for them. Because they want a problem. They're out of control. 8 of Cups. I see you just, Spirit doesn't want you to feel abandoned by this friend. Because ultimately, it wasn't a friend. I understand the feeling of not having, you know what I'm saying, a good girlfriend around and stuff. But this is more so for your protection. Let's see. Is she jealous because of who your man is? I'm not getting a strong it's because of who your man is, but I do feel like she has repressed feelings. So yes and no. Is she jealous because of who your man is? Sort of. I think it's because she might have secret attraction to him. Now, it didn't come out. Ooh, the Tower wants to poke out right here, and the Queen of Swords. 3 of Wands in the background. I think that she probably saw him around, or I think she does have some type of hidden attraction towards him. I have a feeling my other friend would get with my man, because when I talk about him, she's always like, does he have a brother? And she acts like men are the prize, and she ends up with bums because she's a pick-me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, once you realize that you're a woman that can make other women feel insecure, I always advise that you don't talk about your relationships that much, because whatever it is that you truly value in life, I think that is wise if you don't put that on forefront, because it's easier for things like that to be tampered with in a negative way. So whatever you truly care about, okay, I would make it to where you protect it mostly. So I don't go into details about guys and stuff, and I especially don't. I reached a point in life where you might reach it to where you don't go into all the details, even like with your bedroom, you know what I'm saying, activities with them. Like you can with certain people, but you know the people, you'll find the people that you can do that with. You can't do that with everybody. It's not worth it. They could throw acid on your face. You know what I'm saying? Man. Whew. Spirit is telling me to tell this story. So maybe I think that it's advised for you to really get away from these people. And the reason why I'm saying that, you know, not to entice fear, is because recently this year, I think it was this year in America, there was this black friend group, and this girl, she was kind of new to the friend group. Like she didn't know these girls like that. They weren't her actual girlfriends. They were like some new girls that she met. And she went out with them. And 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, girl. I think you should cut these all the girls that you think are jealous of you, girl, cut them off. Because let me finish the story. She went out with these girls, y'all. This was in the news. And you know how like you get drunk and you're having fun and you turn it up, and you know what I'm saying, you might do like, you know what I'm saying, hood rat stuff with your friends. She in front of the car twerking with the headlights at a stoplight. Do you know those girls that she was with ran her over and killed her? Like, could you imagine thinking that you're just lit and having fun with these girls? Not even probably sensing an all-threat problem. I think while she was in the car with them, she texted her actual friends, and she said that she had a weird feeling. Stuff like that. Like, I don't play around with the spirit of jealousy. The spirit of jealousy is wicked. It's evil. Like, it can do crazy, evil, vindictive stuff. Of course, I pray that's not your portion with these girls. But I do feel like there's a reason why Spirit is giving me these strong messages about jealousy. Jealousy is not something to play with. You keep your distance, yeah. So, jealousy is not something to play with. I already have had groups of people try to take me out. And when you know that about yourself, when you're a person who it's easy for people to be super jealous of you, even more so reasons why when you see signs, you don't override it. You don't say, oh, well, I don't think they meant it like that. Or, you know, maybe I'm just reliving a past situation with bad apples. No, you take those things serious. That's why sometimes y'all, like, for people who probably keep up with me, sometimes I don't hang out with a lot of different people because of that. Once I start picking up on different signs, I'm like, I love myself. And I just, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to feel lonely and isolated and have quote unquote pretty girl problems. I had one of my producers, I used to tell him about all these different friendship issues that I used to have. This was back in like 2019, 2020. And he said to me, he was like, you have pretty girl problems. I said, what is pretty girl problems? He said, all the pretty girls that I know, and he knows a lot of them. He said, all the pretty girls I know, they don't have a lot of friendships like that. Like, it's rare if girls do have friendships because you have quote unquote pretty girl problems. So when you know that about yourself, you safeguard yourself differently. You don't have to be completely guarded from all women, of course. We know that, right? But when you do see those signs, heed to those signs. Because 7 of Swords, and what's this? 3 of Swords? Heartbreak, girl. These people want you to feel heartbroken. These are people who would try to take vengeance on you. So it might hurt. Hold on. Did I hear something? I thought I heard something. It might hurt to feel like you are losing a friend, but to be real, are you really losing something if it was going to try to hurt you or backstab you or surprise you? You're not really losing something. You're going to be happy very soon, okay? It's kind of like after a bad day, the sun comes out. After dodging these vindictive people, the sun's going to come out again. So that's what I got for you, girl. Make sure you get rid of these people. Welcome to the live, Little Mac. Do African women normally grow blonde hair? Do I live in Switzerland? So I know that you're ignorant, so I think you should find those answers somewhere else. But I'm in America. Did you receive the buy me a coffee? One time there was a group of people who targeted me and they insisted I snitched on them when I was literally just FaceTiming my man. They kept saying I was filming, but I was on FaceTime with your man. See, girl, you seem like you're a person who attracts jealous spirits. So keep that in mind and get rid of people. Confirmation, I was watching a video about jealous women. You know what I'm saying? Jealous women are vicious. They're vicious. They're not anything to play with. How must I find out by someone else where you are? I'm in America, sweetheart. Okay, so let me look at my buy me a coffee. Give me a second, you guys. Welcome back, Gabby. And it went on for hours. You see what I'm saying? Like, I have experienced so much of that jealous spirit from women. Especially when I lived in Atlanta. Hold on. Especially when I lived in Atlanta, I experienced a whole lot of jealousy because for some reason, I feel like down in the South, for my skin complexion, like it wasn't completely a culture shock, but Virginia is the quote unquote South in America. But when you go to Atlanta, it's like it's deep South, right? So I know I come from a black family. I know that I'm black, but when I live there, I think it's harder for people to, like, people don't know me. They don't know my family. You know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes people were trying to deal with me on the level of me not being quote unquote black, or they thinking that I feel like I'm better than people because of my skin complexion, stuff like that. So Why is this karmic dad called me? I'm going no contact. Charlie, I just got your your donation. Be careful with who you have around you, sis. I agree. I eventually started crying. And make sure, okay, for those who deal with strong, jealous, evil eye monitoring spirits, make sure you maintain a prayer life. Like, I think it's pivotal. I think it's pivotal. I think it's pivotal to maintain a prayer life for protection when you wake up, girl, before you go to sleep, even throughout your day, whenever you feel like you're in a you know what I'm saying, a predicament like that. Always pray, like seriously. Sometimes the spirits that are jealous spirits, sometimes they will even say out loud the fact that you're talking to God, if that makes sense. Because there's been times where I've been in like seemingly kind of questionable, dangerous type of situations when I'm kind of by myself and I have prayed to God, and the jealous spirit would say out their mouth like something about God, and that I'm doing that. So give me a second. I had a breakdown because they were in my face calling me a snitch and telling me I'm crazy. It was so frustrating. Girl, up your prayer protection. Yes, I agree. Pretty girl problems. Yeah, my spirit accepts you. I feel you're genuine. I'm light-skinned too, and dark-skinned women always bully me, and I never think of my skin. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm going to say something very real here. Some people can try to deny that its existence and try to say this doesn't exist, but it definitely exists. That sometimes there are sometimes darker women that will try to bully lighter shade women, and simply for the fact that they look at you as weak. They like, you can be kind and polite and they think, oh, she's going to be easy. It's going to be easy to fuck with her. Like I've kind of had those experiences seldomly, because when I lived in Virginia, for instance, like my sister, she's my quote unquote chocolate twin, right? When I went to school and stuff, people of course knew that I was black. Even if they didn't see it in me and my hair being how it looked, they knew I was black because they knew my brothers, they knew my family. But whenever I'm somewhere else where people maybe not know my family, they probably sometimes think I am. At times, people probably think that I am more racially ambiguous. And that's when I have experienced mild versions of darker skinned women who were insecure. Because not all dark skinned women are insecure, but the ones that are, and they try to target you because you are light skinned or simply because you're pretty. I've experienced that sometimes too. So girl, it's a real thing. And they'll try to, if you bring it up, sometimes they'll try to even bully you and bring it up. They'll try to say, girl, ain't nobody jealous of y'all. Y'all are so obsessed with yourselves. Y'all think so highly of yourselves. Ain't nobody worried about that. Like, they do all of that. So a lot of people within the black community just don't talk that much about it, I think, because of that. Stop hating and make your money. Give me a second. I think it's upsetting when people assume even thin, or even think if my pale skin, because people still are very much racist to me. I have 4C hair. I'm your skin color though. I myself have 4C hair, and we're very similar then. So yeah, people have tried to do that towards me too, and it's always weird. Like, it's always like some busted down, ugly, dirty. You know what I'm saying? It's always like a busted down, dirty version of a girl. Sometimes it's other light-skinned women, but they're dirty and bust down too. So it's not really even always the skin complexion the other way around. It's just a woman who is jealous of you because of how you know what I'm saying? A bottom lip piercing, Charlie. Colorism, hating on your complexion. Yeah. I literally have 4C hair too. So people know I'm black, and people also will insist that I'm not when both parents are black. You see what I'm saying? Like, people do weird stuff. Yes, I hate it because I never assume people are jealous of me until they show me. Same. And it's like when you are an actual woman, like an actual divine woman, people can't handle that. So it's like they try to look at your divinity as weakness. They look at your femininity as weakness. You know, sometimes people are attacking you not necessarily for how you physically look, although that is a big thing, but sometimes it's based off of how feminine you are. So if you're very feminine, you could attract masculine men. Sometimes women want that masculine man, but they are the masculine man. And it almost has nothing to do at that point with how they look too sometimes. That's ignorant, but if a light-skinned woman does, it's a problem. Use your racial ambiguous looks to your advantage. To be honest, the way that there is such a hush-hush crucifixion at times to lighter-skinned women because of how they look amongst the community of black women, I feel like in that regard, I'm not completely mad all the time when they do use their racial ambiguity for their benefit. It's no different at this point than the harsh times where racially ambiguous black women were put in white air. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to finish the thought. Where's Karma, sis? Check the YouTube shorts. I'm caramel brown skin, darker woman, and black women give me problems like dirty looks. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes, you guys, sometimes, of course, the first thing people see is your looks. So I'm not going to say it's never about looks, but when you hold yourself a certain way, that even increases their anger towards you. The more soft you are, or feminine, or seemingly having your way, having a masculine man be masculine and a man towards you, those things can make women get triggered, or they think that you think that you're better than them. Let me use this as an example. Hold on. Okay, sorry you guys. As an example, so when guys do stuff for me, especially monetarily wise, I don't always talk about that around girls, like my other girlfriends. I know which girlfriends that I could have those conversations with and which ones I can't, because you'll notice that sometimes it will make another woman feel pressured to live up to your standards of how you're living life, because they're subconsciously wondering how you view them. Like, do you think that I'm a woman that only deals with broke men that don't give me money? Sometimes it will make them feel pressure, like, to even impress you in a way. So sometimes I even, like, I don't share all the time. I don't share all the details sometimes with certain women because of that. Do you know how many dark-skinned women bleach to be light-skinned? And that's another thing too. Like, yeah, because they will make you feel bad for having men who actually does for us. Yes, they'll either try to make you the villain, so now you're super materialistic. I had this one girl, mind you, she's half white, and she looks half white. She looks half white and black. And I'll never forget, this happened like some years ago. And we were in the car. She was driving. We were in the car. And I was making jokes. This is before I realized this, right? I was making jokes and I was saying stuff, well, like, you know, half serious jokes. And I was like, I need a rich man. I say this up here, actually. I was like, yeah, I need a rich man to take me out on a date. Or I said something about a date that I had with a man who was making over 100 figures or something. I don't know. This is years ago. and so, sorry, you guys, I got distracted. And so then she stops me and she says, I just don't think that life is all about that. She said, I just don't think that it should be about that. And I was like, huh? Like, I'm listening to see where she's coming from. Like, I said, what are you talking about? She said, like, the whole, like, a man giving you money and stuff. She said, I just don't think life is all about that. Like, you know, she said, she used this as an example. This is legit what she said. She said, like, do you think Chris Brown's daughter, which I don't know where this came from. She said, like, do you think somebody like Chris Brown's daughter would ask a man for money? I said, girl, I don't know them, so I don't know what to say about that. I said, so I'm not here to say whether she would or wouldn't. But one thing I do know is that if anybody has a parent that is on the level of somebody like Chris Brown, you're not going to settle and date. You're not intentionally trying to date a bum. Like, you know, you're not intentionally trying to date somebody who can't do anything. As a woman with a man, I said you can, but I mean, that doesn't seem logical. And then I kind of like preference the idea, or I don't know if I'm using these words right. But basically I said that. I was like, what? You most likely are going to be like, okay, for those who get it out the mud, you're most likely attracted to your available options, which is around you, which is other fellow people who got it out the mud. So being attracted to a man who doesn't have that much to provide isn't not common. I'm not trying to say, this is a very complex, layered conversation. So I hope I meet the points. But she just was basically trying to insinuate that I was shallow and superficial, and also a little bit degenerate, if you will, because she tried to say, oh, somebody of royalty wouldn't go and pursue another man of money for their money, is what she looked at it like. So she was trying to do that. Cut them off. You can't be authentic. Your spirit's warning you. She's always posting a line about how much she can do for a man. Like, girl, this is why she doesn't have a provider man. You see what I'm saying? So, like, whenever, and I'm not trying to be funny, fast forward me and that girl, I have consistently been blessed by God, I guess, to find men who were more masculine, and I felt like me and them were compatible. She herself has found men that do stuff for her, but she's always in ways rejecting them. The girl I mentioned earlier, she's whitey, and she always talks about how she does OF, but she isn't making money for real, I guess, because she's always complaining about her bum ex who hits her. I mean, I don't know, but man, I'm all for it. Start a YouTube channel about fake friends. You guys, this live might turn into a live where I'm discussing the weird girls that I ran across. But they're out here. And whenever you start noticing them, some of them it's okay that some of them are okay enough for you to be able to kind of dial it back, and you just don't mention or talk about certain things with them. You know, it's kind of like if you went out with a friend that it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, you kind of gauge them. I can't really talk about these conversations with this friend or do these things. So you categorize your friends. The girls I mentioned are both Leos too. Girl, one thing I will say about Leo women don't like to be around people who they feel like is having their way more than them or better than them. My mom made me feel guilty. She said, you know, some men don't like women that don't work since I'm unemployed. I'm not going to lie. There's a good balance. There's a difference between balancing out, I feel like, your daughters and letting them be independent. But I don't like when certain parents, like some of the older generation didn't give us the choice of the balance. So it always seemingly was like them basically saying, you be the provider man, because they wanted us to not be dependent on a man that can leave, which makes sense. But I think sometimes the older generation never gave us that balanced conversation. So some women are hyper masculine and independent, and they're not balanced with their femininity because the women didn't have a safeness to be feminine. They didn't have men that was allowing them to be that way. But your mom's jealous of you. Sometimes, look, Charlie, I understand. My mom works and she's over 50 and she didn't marry well. Oh, okay. A problem you like to talk about, people. Moms can be jealous of their kids. Yeah, and it's really sad. It's really sad to see that, like how some moms are authentically jealous of their child. It's like, why wouldn't you want your child to be a better version of you? So, I don't know. And then it's like some parents, they create rotten children, like they're rotten at their core. But if you yourself made a child that is the better version of you, and they're good-hearted and they're a genuine person, it's like, it really is sad to see how some moms can be jealous of that. So, I agree. Charlie, let me try to do your reading. I like my woman independent. Can you ask if my man said anything about me to Darian? Let's see. Did your man say anything about you to Darian, spirit? I heard no, but I'll be honest. I heard no, but I don't know if he just didn't get a response back. Something about somebody didn't get a response back is what Spirit's saying to me. But did he say something to Darian? I heard no. I heard no. So it's a positive outlook that you can have against your self-doubt and contemplation. So I get a no. I get a no. He didn't. But let me do Charlie's question, you guys, real fast. Let me shuffle my I know Charlie likes when I shuffle, so let me shuffle my cards. He asked you to come over last night and you said you were busy. Okay. Give me a second, you guys. Okay, so why is this karmic dad calling me? I'm going to concert. Let's see. What was the purpose of the call, Charlie? Let's see. Okay, let's ask again. What was the purpose of the call? So the purpose of the call was this person looks at themselves as a protective, caring person with the Knight of Pentacles here. They look at themselves as somebody who is very tentative to maybe your needs or something that you want. Your energy towards the situation is the Hierophant. This is Taurus card, Taurus energy, meaning you looked at yourself in this situation as somebody who was going to seek, even though this isn't the High Priestess, I kind of get somebody who not necessarily is going to seek higher wisdom, but it's like you were going to operate from your place of authority, Charlie. So you also might not have been super thrilled to probably hear from this person or something like that. Something about the dynamic, the tradition, something about tradition. Like you kind of maybe resented the tradition of having to speak to this person or something maybe. This person kind of came in an energy of it being a little bit dialed back. Like they weren't coming super authoritative necessarily. So they were kind of coming in an energy that was more dialed back. She married a provider, but he's not a real one. After she broke up with him, she struggled. That's sad. I'd help her financially when I was living with her. Interesting. Charlie, did you get that reading? Pregnant people have a belly. Jewel is not pregnant. Y'all, Little Mac came up here on the live already, like, trying to, like, he was saying negative stuff towards me, so I'm not even listening to them. So you mean to tell me I have a lack of spiritual protection, so my spiritual team is giving this person, quote-unquote, access. Negative as hell, but my spiritual team is giving this person, quote-unquote, access to my life. That doesn't sound very spiritually protected to me. So Little Mac's confused. He doesn't have correct information. Whew. I keep burping, y'all. I ate some food before I got on live. I told my dad I want to be a better patient. You want to be a better patient? He said, don't say that. What do you mean? What do you think my man wanted to see me? Oh, do I think he wanted to see you last night? See you for last night. I tried the woman taking my money and my woman independent. The truth is never negative. If the quote-unquote truth is never negative, then why you don't have it? And you came out negative as hell. How do you know I like shuffling spot on? Charlie, you've mentioned it before, like a long time ago. So I know that because you like shuffling, I try my hardest to make sure I do shuffle before I do your readings. Because I feel like Spirit's going to get the message out anyway. But I still do it sometimes. Let me do maybes real quick. What do you think my man wanted to see me for last night? Spirit, show the intentions. He feels like, I don't know if he feels like he's kind of losing a sense of control over you, but he didn't want you to let go of him. He kind of wants you to be all about him. He's kind of scared. Did y'all have an argument at some point recently? I think his intentions was so that way he can be around you, like, but I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of immature. I hope things go well if he asks me again. Because your pregnancy is positive, right? Because I'm mad at him, low-key. Yes, we did. Okay, so that's why. He was being a little stubborn though. So it was kind of coming from a place of immaturity. I didn't answer spot on. So yeah. Welcome to the live, everybody. Make sure you guys double tap the live stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks, Charlie, for the super stick, the buy me a coffee donation. He ignored me, and so I blocked him for a week. Wow. So maybe that's why. And I started talking to this other guy. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm kind of like daydreaming. Daydream. I fell asleep beneath the flowers for a couple of hours. What a beautiful day. Blonde hair represents pregnancy. Every woman knows that. Right. Blonde hair represents pregnancy. What do my ancestors want me to know about this dad? Let's see. To use your head, okay? I do see you having your defenses up with this person. It's good for the way in which that you, like, your stance in this, Charlie, between you and your dad is good because you're not allowing him the opportunity to just blow you away in a negative sense, like knock you off your guard. However, there might be something that might kind of blow your head top off, like your hat off when it comes to him. Knight of Cups came out. Spirit is saying that you yourself have a lot to be proud of when it comes to yourself, Charlie. Four of Pentacles. But Spirit doesn't want you to continuously be super stubborn on your views towards his energy. I don't think that you have a liking to his energy is what's showing up. However, I think your dad does want to have that connection again. You know, sometimes when people get older in age, they start to really desire to have connection. Sometimes they live in regrets and stuff like that. I feel like sometimes he thinks about the immaturity that he did before in life that has caused you guys to be in this energy. I'm not gonna lie though, pay attention for a dynamic of him that could be kind of one to lead to disappointment, or one that could be very nasty, or maybe this is what you recognized between the dynamic between him and your mom, because this looks like a couple, the King and Queen of Wands. I don't know if you saw him as somebody who you feel like was abusing his power and position in your mother's life, like it was one-sided. Like, I don't know if he left your mother to be the sole financial provider, and you looked at him as being nasty spirited, and you looked at your mom as being the independent woman in the dynamic. But he feels a little bit like he was immature then, or maybe this is you were younger then. And so I think your dad right now, he's in a place where he himself might be feeling a little bit discouraged and faithless. I feel Spirit didn't want you to shuffle more. Yeah, that's so funny that you said that, Charlie, because I actually wasn't going to shuffle more. So your dad's kind of coming in night energy. You're welcome, maybe. Your dad's kind of coming in more in night energy. This isn't somebody who has full confidence in how you feel about him, how you see him, how you will receive him now. He's coming with just enough to make things very light. So your dad's approaching this in a very light way, okay? And he's just hoping that maybe you two can build, okay? Maybe you guys can, y'all are maybe level 1 and y'all can walk up some steps together and grow the situation. But just pay attention. I think that you are on guard though. So I think you look at his energy right now as kind of like smothering. And he looks at his energy as more light and cheerful. So that's what I got. That's what I got. Spot on. That's what I'm seeing. I think you remember the bad days. Batty shot a clock on Thanksgiving. Two of Pentacles. I do see that you remember the ups and sorry guys, the ups and downs that you've had with your dad. So that's what I'm seeing. Tell me who the dad is. Dedicated trolls on the account, you guys. And it's all male. They're all male accounts. And they're dedicated. I'm proud I walked away. I think Spirit is showing you having you have just the amount of defense, your defenses up, which is perfect. You don't like him? Yeah. I see that. Right here, Charlie, angel number 212. Maybe look that up. And angel number 540. Another reader said the same. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. Spot on. I'm happy that that resonated for you guys. You guys, I'm not going to lie. Because I haven't turned up in a while, I low-key do want to turn up a little bit. So I low-key might turn up. I low-key might turn up. I should wait, but it is 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm more of a shopaholic than I am an alcoholic. I don't know if I would get into drinking beer a day, but I could drink like a beer a day, you guys. I can live up to what people are trying to say up here. Spot on. My mom said my mom and dad had a relationship similar to my ex. He made my mom a single mother. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. So yeah. Make sure you guys double tap the live stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Charlie, do you look at this as shuffling at all, Charlie? Do you look at this as shuffling? More messages for Charlie. Charlie, I see you being protective right now. And you just want to make sure things aren't one-sided. So you don't want to be a person that's putting yourself in a position to where you're giving more or you are more vulnerable. His deceit is he's wearing a mask. That's interesting. You feel like he has a monitoring spirit. I feel like you feel like he's very smothering. So this is giving me monitoring spirit energy. The Empress in reverse. You feel like he's nosy. The Empress in reverse is also a nosy energy. Let me see if spirit is correct about that. Spirit number. A spirit number for you right now is 8922. Okay, so let me shuffle 2 more times. 8922. I have no idea what that is, but it has something to do with the monetary spirit aspect. And something about 54. So let's see. Spirit, is this father a monitoring spirit? Give me a clear answer. I feel like your dad's trying to end I feel like your dad's in a place in his life where he regrets how he used to be. Like he has some inner conflict. He has some things about his past that he's not happy about. So he does regret the way in which he probably has left you and your mom. He feels like he got over a lot on your mom and yourself. So from your dad's perspective, he is trying to make things. This is what he's saying his approach is. He's telling himself that he's trying to end the conflict. But I'll be honest, there is something that he's not taking accountability for. So there is still there's still some part of his energy that, and it has something to do maybe with him not being there as a provider, that he's not going to do. Meaning your dad wants to make a relationship with you now as you being an adult. But if you expect him to try to make up for the times financially, he's not here for that necessarily. So any unfairness legally, meaning financially, monetary wise, your dad's not coming back in your life trying to make up for those times necessarily. So you don't expect him to come with a bag of money and being like, here, I'm sorry. No, but he is trying to end a conflict between you two by making some sort of amends with what he can do. This has given him insomnia. Like he has experienced some sleepless nights with feeling like there's a whole bunch of demons under his bed and how he has left things. Oh my God, 616 angel number. I did see 6 something, so that's right. So your dad is really trying his hardest to build a relationship with you. And hopefully your hands are moving energy. Are they? Spot on. So your dad's kind of trying to, he does love you guys. He does love you guys. He does know that he's made mistakes. He has been suffering from him being aware of how much mistakes he's made in life. So your dad right now in his older age, he's doing the best he can. He's doing the best he can when it comes to him trying to make amends with you guys. He just knows that he can't make it better by saying, hey, I'm sorry for not being there for you guys financially, so here's a house, here's some money. He can't do that necessarily. I just saw 9222 for angel number 2, so look that up too. So that's what I got for you, Charlie. He's holding back too, by the way. So the same way that you, Charlie, are defensive, he's not super confident. So he's holding himself back too. He doesn't want me to get married or have a boyfriend. Your dad? Charlie, you know something that you could do? Spirit, are you telling her to do this? Charlie, something that you could do, if you feel like your dad, this is for you specifically, if you feel like your dad is a blockage to your life, genuinely forgive him and genuinely give him even this much of a cracked door and maybe 30 minutes of your time for him to make it right, if that makes sense. Give him just a little space to say what he needs to say and make something right, right? And that can look like you being genuine towards him from a place of forgiveness. Maybe y'all go out, maybe y'all have a conversation, maybe y'all go out to get something to eat. Do something to give him that legway for him to discuss what has been haunting him. If you relieve your father of what he regrets in life, that will only bless you. It will only bless you, because you know what will happen? It's kind of like that same saying in the Bible, you give your enemy a cup of water, it will heap coal. I'm sorry, you be nice to your enemy, it heaps coal on their head. So basically that burden will go completely to him if you show him genuine kindness to your bloodline. This is your bloodline. This isn't like a stranger. This is your bloodline. So to your actual dad, it will only balance it out for yourself and him, because you gave him the opportunity to try to make it right. You forgive him and you give him the opportunity, to try to make it right, and it will only give you blessings. Spot on. He called a few times just to check up. He used to send money. That's what I see. Because he's getting old, he didn't want to be lonely. He got a big ego. You see what I'm saying? And then also, Charlie, look at yourself. See yourself in your dad. Meaning, think about if you were your dad, and maybe in your dad has already lived a full, healthy life, and we don't know how many full, healthy years left he has. Hopefully a lot, right? But even in that sense, if let's say you did some mistakes in life and you were trying to make it right, I feel like it's not a bad thing to try to relieve somebody of at least giving them the opportunity to make something right. Giving them the opportunity to maybe apologize. Because you yourself don't want to be in your older years and regret that too. And be like, yeah, I remember my dad one time, I could tell he was trying to make it right with me. And at the time, I wasn't open to it. And I kind of regret not being open to it, because you're open to it maybe then. Sometimes stuff like that can happen. Cause like, yeah, that's real. That's realistic. So I feel like it's not a bad thing to let people know that if you have even this much love for your mother or your father, I feel like it's never a bad thing to at least express that to them. I don't think it's ever a bad thing. You cannot want to deal with them. There can be no contact. You can cut them off, whatever the case you need to do. But I feel like if you have even a little bit of love for your parents and you are estranged from them in one way or another, y'all don't have a relationship anymore, I don't think it's a bad thing to at least let them know that you love them or care about them. You can keep that distance. You can keep a moat of distance of water around and a bridge and a boat for them to try to get in contact to knock on your door, and you can tell them no. But I don't think it's ever a bad thing to let them know that you do still love them to some extent. I had dreams about him not looking happy, and then it's like, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing at all to ever express to your parents that you do love them if you are in no contact with them. It doesn't mean build a relationship. It doesn't mean y'all hang out every Tuesday, although it can. But I just think it's never a bad thing. Welcome to the live, everybody. Do I need help? I don't know if this girl's giving me signs or not. What happened, not Sanat? I'm catching up to the chat. If I didn't see everybody, my apologies. It's so hard for me to forgive and get involved with my family. To be honest, Charlie, sometimes those things of forgiveness, sometimes forgiving people, especially within your family, it doesn't mean all the time that you know what I'm saying, y'all go golfing every Tuesday or whatever. But it does give you an element of spirits able to bless you. Forgiveness, when we forgive what people do, it doesn't mean that you left them off the hook. It doesn't mean that you're saying to God necessarily, I don't want any of their consequences to not come back on them. That's not always what a part of forgiveness is. Sometimes forgiveness is literally simply you letting go the resentment because you completely let God. You don't have to invite them back into your life though. 9 times out of 10, the father never runs away. It's mostly the mother who does him. Little Mac is talking a little bit nonsensical, you guys, by the way. It's so hard for me to forgive. Blessings to your positive vibes, great topics. Thank you. Blessings back to you guys. She, invited me to her house. Oh, some girl invited you to your house. You want to know if she's giving you signs? Let's see. Let's just cut the deck and see. I think right now you don't know with the Two of Swords. I'm not gonna lie, not Sanat. It's not a bad idea. Not Sanat. I'm not gonna lie, something is shifting. But I think that this girl is I think you and the girl are both kind of in similar energy. So she's kind of short answer, yes. She's giving you signs. Short answer, yes. You have a beautiful spirit. I've given them so many chances. They will not change. I will come from a broken family. Charlie, I'll be honest. Like I said, I'm just gonna reiterate it because I hope that it at one point in time, sometimes this is gonna click. Is what I'm seeing it for you. I don't know if it's right now, but I think it's gonna click in the way that you understand it. But you can forgive somebody. Like for instance, Charlie. Let's say I called you a B word right now, Charlie, right? And I changed my mind. I said, you know what, Charlie? I'm sorry for calling you that. The dynamic of our relationship can shift, but you kind of not holding me completely to it can change, if that makes sense. Does it mean that I won't experience consequences? No, because the consequence could be the shift of the relationship dynamic. But that is still a level of forgiveness. Like having distance or boundaries with people while you are forgiving them is okay. It's still part of forgiveness. Sometimes you forgive people and that is the best way to forgive them. Sometimes you can't forgive somebody and invite them over your house the next day. And that's okay too. It doesn't mean that you don't forgive them less. It means that you are using wisdom. We're not supposed to cast pearls before swine. If somebody is swine and we forgive them, at least now we know that they're swine. We are not going to cast our pearls before them, but we can forgive them because maybe now we understand. Like, oh, okay, well, I understand that you're swine. So I'm not going to put my most precious valuableness, which is my emotions, who I am as a person, my life, around you because it's not going to be valued the way that I need it to be. Taurus are loyal. They love family. Taurus loves family. They can have a despicable mother, father, and they're going to stand beside them. And they won't even all the way too much put the business out either. If you sorry you walked naked in the street, this is only the way I would forgive you. Huh? Broken homes are caused by women 90%. Little Mac, I feel like you resent the feminine. I think you feel like the woman bears all the problems of the man. It seems, Little Mac, that you feel like men are at a disadvantage because the woman is the thing that's making men's life worse and hard. And I think that right there is not a correct way of viewing life because women can have that same perspective about men. So where's the solution? It's not there. It's not in blaming the other gender. The solution is being accountable for yourself and being able to be proactive in what you can help in life and understand that life isn't perfect. People aren't perfect. So to just say the other gender is the reason for XYZ, It's not always the solution to the problem. Sending you love and light. Everything you touch will turn into gold 1,000 folds. You are free from the enemy's plan. Charlie, you're so beautiful. The energy is beautiful. I feel the love energy, like seriously. Enough for it to be touching for me to want to shed a tear. But I don't know. Spirit doesn't let me cry sometimes. Sometimes Spirit doesn't let me cry, but I feel it here completely, like seriously. So thank you so much, Charlie. Look, I always want good things for you, Charlie. I always want good things back for you. So yeah. Hello, good morning from Philippines and Italy. Half Pinoy and half Italian. Welcome to the live, Mark. If I didn't say hi, hi. I ain't ready. I want to stay a virgin. Kai Sinette. I'm sorry, not Sinette. I saw both of you two. Both of you two are kind of in the same energy. But I think that this girl is inviting you over because she's kind of going through a hard time in life. And I think you're kind of going through some type of issues too. I don't know if your issues are just more emotional than hers, or rather vice versa. But she kind of is trying to relieve stress by hanging out with you. So I'm not sure if she's going to completely want to do those grown people things with you. However, she is showing you signs of interest, of flirtation and all that. So I'm just letting you know. So you don't have to rush yourself into anything, not Sanat, but that's what I see. It's true, boundaries. I didn't have boundaries. Yeah, sometimes people have difficult families to help them understand boundaries. So maybe all your other family members don't live by those boundaries in the way in which you're supposed to learn it, and you carry that torch on for your who goes forward. You like Taurus? Yeah. On the outside, it looks like it's the father who walked away, but in reality, the mother made being a family impossible. The mother put her own needs before the child. This is a fact. Sometimes that's not always the case, though, Little Mac. So for you to say it in that way, it makes it seem almost as if it's absolutely always the mother's fault. Because if you look at it like that, then people can take it a step further to say, what did the father do to make it unbearable for the mother to want to stay in that relationship? We can keep going is what I'm trying to say. It's best for the gender to take accountability for where they played a part in things and to maybe understand the other gender's flaws, but to just solely blame the other gender, sometimes that's not always productive because we can keep doing it. So everybody take accountability and go forward. That is the solution. Real boss invited for a date. Did I misunderstand, Hazel? I'm not gonna lie, I did put my cards up. Spirit is telling me to do the What's the Tea deck, if that's okay. I love you so much. I love you too, Charlie. I hate when a woman, I get 3 jobs, take care of his, what? I like you. I feel the love from you. I feel it too back from you, Charlie. We got a problem, and Jewel went legally blonde, illegally blonde. Welcome back, Destroy. How are you? I accept it. I wish you well too. Charlie, let's see. Did you misunderstand Hazel? I just read something that said, I read something here that said the one that got away. The one that got away. Asking you receive hidden truth. An offer in reverse. Did you misunderstand him? I feel like fake smiles in reverse. I feel like to some extent you sensed something that was genuine about him. However, maybe the opportunity for that offer to be experienced, maybe that's the part that you was expecting to be. Sometimes we look at relationships, especially when we can read energy, as okay, 1, 2, 3. But sometimes the energy is present for that, but we don't get to experience the 1, 2 to 3. If that makes sense. Drew, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of cheating, but kind of not. What you Destroy? Not you committing infidelity. What you do? Thanks for the advice, Joel Rivera. I didn't see his advice. I repair the woman bill half of my life. I'm not doing that no more. Does that make sense, Charlie? I feel like you picked up the right vibes. I think the opportunity for that offer was not completely lived, which sometimes that's not a bad thing, because genuine intentions is in reverse, meaning somebody wasn't able to really offer a genuine offer. So even if, let's say, you were able to get to a certain point that you feel like you didn't get with Hazel, something about it wouldn't have lived up to the energy that you picked up of what was genuine. Does that make sense? It's not to say that he doesn't have any interest in you, by the way, but it's almost as if, like, what if Hazel wasn't actually ready? Sometimes we can feel emotions, but we're not ready. You know, it's kind of like if you were to watch a roller coaster and you're watching it and you're like, oh, that looks so fun and scary though. And then you can walk up to the roller coaster to get on, and then you can kind of get like, oh wait, this is real. I don't know if I can do this. That's what I'm getting. They bullied you, etc. What are you talking about? Do you know what it would take for a father to walk away from his own family? Only the mother can cause that. Little Mac, you're looking at it from a perspective of the mother denying access to the father to be in the family. But what did the father do that made the mother no longer want to be in agreement with the father being around? Because if this said father is causing all hell in the mother's life, let's say it's infidelity, hopefully it's not domestic abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse. There's a lot of different factors that can make, you know, most women, y'all know most women, good women, most women absolutely will ride for a man. In the climate that we're in right now, how often do we see quote unquote pick-me women who would do anything for a man, even if they're getting dogged out online? And you mean to tell me, if that is in the climate of women right now, you mean to tell me that the father was denied access to his family by women? That's not always the case. That's not always the norm. Most women will tell you stories after they divorced a man and say how much they tried to work it out with a man. So this is why I said earlier to you, Little Mac, to try to blame one gender is not going to get you anywhere, because then we're going to look at the next gender and we're going to keep doing this until we find out that both parties should just take accountability. And that right there is closer to getting to the solution. There's countless of married women or once married women that will say, yeah, and even when it started to get hard, I was still there for him. I still was trying to make it work. I still was doing this. I still was doing that. So we're not going to paint a narrative about some situations, the some situations to where that is the case, but that's not going to be the complete narrative, because it's just not true. The minute that you continuously try to just blame women for the reason why relationships fail, that's when you lost the plot. That's when you start becoming the men going their own way, red pill, hurt men community group that aren't offering healing solutions. They're just blaming women. That's not productive. That keeps you in a cycle, a loop, to where now you see nothing but that in life. It's not healthy. It's not balanced. That's not balanced living. Nana Edits, welcome to the live, girl. How are you? This girl being my flirt buddy, I said she's trying to date me. I got to get rid of my roster first and start being loyal. Oh, Destroy. That's not completely cheating, but it can feel that way because you know that you are, you're still dating around. And she probably wants a commitment. Or you feel that way. Yeah, because he's going through something. He's not ready yet. Yeah, so you didn't read the energy right, wrong. But the offer was probably stopped by your spiritual team or both, because it wouldn't have been what you desired, or either of you. Welcome to the live, Brad. Afternoon, Blondie. Welcome to the live. Women only want the money. I'm not going to lie. If a man's only quality of him being a good man is his money, then that's pretty sad. That's no different than looking at a woman who, when she is making her value be only sex. Both of those examples are absolute real examples. So if a woman is leading with her only value, she doesn't have any other qualities about herself but her sexual organ, That's no different than if a man has no good qualities about himself, but just his money. Or let's take it a step further. Or the lack of awareness of another person who only wants them for this woman over here, a man that only wants her for sex. If she can't clock that, that's low-key on her too. If a man can't understand that this woman only wants him for money, he has to be wise enough to clock that too. So we can't just blame the other genders. We got to take a form of accountability for ourselves. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Those both situations do happen, but there's many situations where a woman of quality or can value the quality in her man is there too, and vice versa. You're very logical. I admire it. Thanks, Charlie. But I'm just saying. So you're telling me to cheat again? Destroy lonely. You're not cheating on her. You're dating around. You keep your options are open. You haven't gotten to a relationship yet. The minute that you get in a relationship with her, you better cut off your roster. Women are too loyal to men tonight. Exactly. Most women don't leave good men, by the way. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Most women don't leave good men. So whenever a woman does get to the point of divorcing a man, most women don't leave good men. When we look at social pressures on women, especially when they get up in age, most women, it's more of a, most women get a badge of honor, it seems, socially, if they keep a man. So for a woman to get a man and to divorce the man, I'm going to say it again. Most women don't divorce or leave good men. I'm just letting you know. Most women don't. Is it possible? Hell yeah, it's possible. It's just like it's possible for a man to override the good woman and get with all the hoes. It's possible. But I'm just saying, most times, that's not happening. Like, how often have you found yourself having a hard time shaking a girl that you weren't interested in like that? So are we going to play this pretend game that all these women are the ones that's the fault of leaving men? No, we're not going to play this game. We're not. Modern women are disloyal. I feel like modern men, my ex was red pill misogynistic. Every time I run into these red pill misogynistic men, what screams louder is how hurt they are or just misguided. Because modern men, if modern men keep getting left by modern women, are modern men not providing something that's attractive and holding down a modern woman then? They're not looking at themselves as the problem. They're victims, y'all. You can't talk to somebody who's a professional victim about taking accountability. And that's what I've been talking about this whole time. So of course, you're going to continuously say it's women, women, women. Because that right there, that's the villains in your life. It's women. So you might as well find a man then and be with a man. Like, you might as well do that. I think everybody who thinks fine women are fine, they think fine women are fine. It doesn't matter what skin complexion. Chris, because they are, I'm not gay. I'm talking to Little Mac. Little Mac seems like he's having frustrations because he seems frustrated with women. So be with a man. That's the solution. Nobody trusts the process anymore. You see what I'm saying, B Frost? I'm not ignorant to how difficult it is in dating. I'm not ignorant to that. I'm not ignorant to the bad apples that are in dating. But to say that to blame everything on just bad apples, I don't think that's productive. And then they're not actually playing defense in dating, by the way. They don't have no discernment about women. And the reason why I'm saying that is because misogynistic red pillar men going their own way, people who feed off of a lot of that content, a lot of times they're blaming all women because they don't have discernment to actually know which woman is the good woman. So that's why they always say it's all of them that's the villains, because they don't have discernment. So they probably got one woman probably villainized them, and it probably was their karma. They're professional victims. They probably ran into a woman that was finally their karma, and she drug him through hell. And now they're authentically a victim of women. And so now they're preaching this rhetoric that all women are the devils and not to be trusted, and they're whores and they're sluts, and it's hard to appease them. That's my problem with that community. They're unhealed and they don't know it because they're all just they're just all just living in the stench of being unhealed. That's why I don't like them. Modern women is this problem, but they're modern men, and they're not the solution, obviously. Because modern women don't want them. If modern women don't want you, that means that you're not the solution to modern women. So it'd be best if you figure out what you can do to change yourself to be likable to modern women than to blame modern women as to why they're not conforming to what you want. You're not the prize then. If you was a top valued man, a modern woman would adjust herself to be with you. She would forfeit herself to be with you. But obviously, you're not the top % of men. So you need to adjust yourself to be likable to the modern woman. Because you're not a provider. You're not a protector. You're probably not good in looks. You probably definitely don't have a big dick. So that's probably what your frustration lies in. Either that or stop being a professional victim. I really don't, it's really simple. It's really simple. B Frost agreed. But every man is not top value. But what I mean by that is, do you know that there's some men that are exceptional in some area in their life that a woman will be so attracted to them that they would adjust for that man, even a little bit? Do y'all know that when people get into relationships, there's an aspect where both parties are adjusting, whether people want to believe this or not? Whenever a man and a woman is what I'm really talking about here. It's not just limited to, but this is where I have to pull my information. When a man and a woman get together, both parties, believe it or not, adjust themselves even a little bit for each other. There is compromise on both sides. So the fact that Little Mac is saying that modern women are the problem, it means that he's the problem. He has nothing of value that is going to draw a woman to him. So I feel bad for him. He's just one of the men that just so happen can't get women. Can't get a woman to really be down. And that's sad. But instead of him looking at that and saying, what can I do to make myself more desirable in the dating market? Instead of him saying that, he decides to just blame women. That's really like a cop-out. That's like me entering a competitive field, because dating is a competitive space, by the way. That's like me entering, wanting and desiring to be in the most competitive fields, like the music industry, and then not having anything worth to be compete with. I'm looking at all the people who actually are able to get the thing that I desire, and I look at myself, and instead of me saying, let me adjust myself to be more fit for the competition, I just say, oh, fuck the whole competition. This whole shit is rigged. That's what he's doing. It's a cop-out. It's a loser. You're being a loser is what I'm really trying to say. So until we take some accountability and stop just saying, oh, it's the other person's problem. No, get yourself into the game then. That's because it's not an isolated instance. This is happening all over the world to the losers. It's happening all over the world to the losers. The ones that pull themselves by the bootstraps are the ones who get the prize in a competitive space. I think that you feel like dating should be at your feet. You feel like a modern woman should see you and automatically say, you're a man. I bow down to you and I would do anything that you want. That's not realistic. When you look at your competitors in the field, there's a man over here. He got a big dick and he got some good dick. And then there's another man over here and he got some money. He got experiences. He likes to travel. Then there's a man over here who is just like a good cook. Then there's a man over here. He's chivalrous as all hell. He's just so charismatic. And you look at yourself and you have none of those things. You don't even work on any of those things. And then instead of you working on yourself, you decide to blame everybody else. That's a cop-out. And that's what I've been saying this whole time. Take accountability. You want to say modern women. Modern women is going, though. Modern women is going for the right men. The right good girl is going to make herself She gonna slut herself out for the right man. I don't think nobody's giving you this reality check, but I am here today. Hi. I'm just letting you know. You trying to blame everybody else, get yourself in the game then. It seems like you can't do that. So just say that you're a loser. You see how you're focused on the wrong things? If I desire to have $500 right now in my hand, I'm not going to continuously ask the $500, hey, what do you do? What do you bring to the table to deserve to be in my hand right now? I'm not going to look at a wad of money and say that I want to have in my hand. I'm not going to look at them and say, hey, I'm the one who is, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one that is in demand for something. I'm the one that needs something. I'm in demand. And I'm going to look at the thing that I desire and say, what do you bring to the table to want to be in my hand, in my possession? That's stupidity. Why are you asking that question? It seems like it's not going to get you anywhere. That's not how life works. You don't look at something that you desire, that you're in need of, and try to play this mental migraine to say, why are you so valuable to want to be with me? That's stupidity. I will look at anybody who has that mindset and I will laugh at them. That's not how life works. If you are the person in pursuit of being in possession of something, instead of asking that thing, why is it so valuable? No, you find out what makes you be able to possess it. You obviously don't have those qualities. You obviously don't have those qualities. And the fact that I can talk to you aggressively, similar to how a man is, it really goes to show you how balanced I am in my feminine as well as my masculine. Because I'm shooting out nothing but logic right now. So it's not a crash out because it's not even based in emotions. And instead of you being able to receive the message, you're so focused on things that are nonsensical, that do not matter. So instead of you getting the actual message, this is why you're always in a loser position, to where you're losing out on not getting the girl that you desire. Because it's hard for you, obviously, to obtain anything that you want of value. So anyways, like I said earlier, you're in a loser position and it seems like you love it there. So I'm not going to do anything else to try to change your mind, although I know I did. Like what? Like what? You sitting here crying. When modern women is the problem because they don't want me. Modern women don't want me. What do they bring to the table? What do they bring to the table? Whole time you want modern women. How about you find something else that's not modern women then, if you can't get your hands on it? That's simple. If you can't afford something, little Mac, get something that you can afford. Maybe it's another man. Get you a support animal or something. Like what? Sitting here crying all day about why woman's fault. Make yourself more appealing then. The dating market is a competitive space. Is nobody telling you guys these things? No, they're not, because instead of telling you guys the truth, they're pandering to you being a loser, and they're just saying, just say it's their fault. They're all hoes. They're all sluts. They all want you for your money. They're all no good. Meanwhile, you're still wanting and desiring this quote unquote modern woman. Like that seems like a loop of hell. This is exactly why I said those type of spaces, they're unhealed. They're not actually administrating truth. If you were to go to a women's space, most women's spaces, and this is probably what separates these men from women, which also lets you know that a lot of times women seek healing and solutions, which women aren't always the problems, what I'm trying to say. When you go to women's spaces that quote unquote don't like men, they're providing healing solutions. Love yourself more, girl. Heal yourself. Get back in shape, girl. Step out in your best, girl. They're offering healing solutions. You go to these men's spaces, they just keep saying how women are the devil and they're the problem. And they're not submissive enough. Meanwhile, you don't offer anything that makes a woman feel safe enough to submit to you. Not even in the slightest. So why on earth would if God is a good God, why on earth would God bestow upon you his precious daughters? You cannot do anything for them but destroy them because you are sick and unhealed. You need to go to therapy. Little Mac, relax. She's not going to let you win. He can't win. He's not talking from a place that's logical. Trying to justify monkey branch mentality only reinforces what I'm saying. Little Mac, let me go back. You said monkey branch mentality. Let me swing you back to what I said earlier. The dating field is a competitive space. If you was looking for a job and you knew your quality, you knew your skill sets, you knew your background of what you experienced previously even, and you was like, oh, I know that I should go for a $1,000 salary pay, and you go into the competitive dating market with what you feel like you deserve based off of an actual solid base thing, and when you look around, you realize that, oh, it's more competition than what I thought. Are you going to say to somebody who, let's say you yourself got offered a job at one place and they was going to give you the $100,000 salary, but then you saw another job offer that said to you, oh, it's actually, we'll give you 150. You taking that 150 to somebody who's a loser, who's not even in the field or can't even get those offers, is going to look at you like, Little Mac is monkey branching. He should have just settled for the one that was just $100,000. But he's being greedy. He went for the one that was 150. Nobody with sense is going to look at you and think that something's wrong with you. That's similar to the dating market. That's why I said make yourself more valuable. When you make yourself more valuable, you are less likely to run into the problems that you're having, Little Mac. And it sounds like you're worried about things that isn't even your worries. What exactly are, like, these aren't your authentic fears because you're not even the person to be in that position yet. That's what it seems like. Breath Jury, hold on. I love the fit on you, Inspire. Thank you. But I'm just saying, some of these people be listening to these people and they don't realize that they're not the people. You're not the man who's hosting the channel about red pill content. You're not in his position at all. But it's like you lose your sense of identity when y'all watch these people because now y'all are taking on his fears. Y'all taking on a rich man's fears. It's like, for what? You don't even have anything to challenge being taken away from you. So why do you have a rich man fear of a woman gold digging off of you? Stuff like that. Stuff like that. And everything I said here is the truth. Everything I said here, rather, is based off of logic. I'm not emotional. I didn't call James too many names. I did use the correct definition of a loser, though. But I didn't call him names that much. So I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Could you imagine? There's people who are broke who have a fear of women using them for their money. Just as an example. Money is a bonus. Has to be attraction and good qualities. What my whole point of this conversation, just to reiterate my points, self-awareness and accountability. Every party, every gender should have self-awareness to take accountability for themselves, for one. The second point that I kept on making was, after you do that, you make yourself more desirable. If you're a woman and you want to be competitive, maybe make yourself more beautiful. That right there is like a first step anybody could do to make themselves more desirable as a woman. As a man, you can make yourself more desirable, but how about you get your finances up? Because women are attracted to stability because it's a form of provide and protect. This is my whole point here. And instead of blaming the other gender, why don't you make yourself more qualified for people to make it harder for people to say no to you? But they're not teaching you that over in Red Pill. They're teaching you toxicity. They're teaching you games, mental mind games. They're teaching you how to try to play reverse psychology on women. Asking women what do they bring to men when men are the ones in need and desire of, in these spaces, of a woman. She realizes now it's actually factual, precise what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I'm going back And I'm recalling each point that I made. That's what I'm doing here, Little Mac. And you know that. I don't know why people do this. It's like people's pride get in the way, and instead of them saying, hey, I learned something new, I never saw it from that perspective, I understand it a little bit better, instead of people doing that, they just lie. They're not taking accountability, which is my whole point this whole time. Self-awareness. Self-awareness. That right there is the thing that I think is missing in a lot of people. A lot of people, they watch these pages and they hear these popular things in these like spaces of like red pill content, and they lose their identity. That's not even authentically them. The reason why I know this happens is because I've seen people do it with me. There's people who watch me in my life and they assume they're me. So now they have my problem, so they think. So I know people do this. When you watch a movie, sometimes you get so caught up in the movie that you forget that you're not the movie. You're not the character in the movie. So when y'all watch these red pill content, do y'all have a separation from where you start and end and where this information starts and end? I don't think you guys all the time do. How can you hate what you gave? You live red pill, us as hidden agents. Money is important. What I'm saying is, if dating is competitive, what men can do to up their value is, for sure, get their money up and not their funny up. Having a nice personality is something that's very, I feel like these days, the way that women are choosing their peace over a man being likable, personable, and honoring and respecting women goes a long way too. There's a lot of women who are fed up with men who are superficial in quality. And they're attractive women. And they're probably the good-hearted women who have been a little bit burnt a little bit in the dating scene. If you want to have even those types of women, work on your character. Work on your character. If you don't have a strong focus on money and you want a woman to love you for you, wherever you're at in finances, work on your character as a man. That's leadership, that's integrity, that's morals. Work on your character and you'll get yourself a nice woman, especially if she's God-honoring and fearful, wonderfully made type of woman, especially if she is a woman who herself came from humble beginnings. You'll find yourself a gorgeous, nice young lady. Character is very important to work on. And then for everybody else, I think they should start on finances. That's having a nice career. That's having a stability. Being able to provide and protect. All men should work on both of those things. But if you're a guy who feels like you want a woman to love you outside of your financial standings, work a lot on your character. And you will gravitate. Those women be attracted to you like magnets. Magnets. You will stand out from the whole crowd of men. Magnets. So anyways, those two things I think men should work on. Their character and then their finances. The third thing is attractiveness. Do this at whichever order you would like to do. Attractiveness, that is working on your physique, maybe going to the gym, maybe having a healthy lifestyle, healthy choices, maybe cutting back from addictions. Those three things put you in a higher ranking within the dating market. Because, you know, after college days, after high school and college days, where everybody's kind of on the same playing field, after those days, these three things are the things that's going to stand out. Your character, your financial standings, and then thirdly, your attractiveness. Those are the three things that some men aren't doing. So I'm giving you the game right now. I'm giving you some tips to be more likable and desirable within the dating market. Character, finances, attractiveness, meaning your outward appearance. All those three things are the things that if you work on them, it puts you in a higher tier of attracting women in general. And then you can have your pick of the litter to figure out which one you're going to do with what. But instead of you guys working on, some of the people in the comments, really, Little Mac, instead of you working on yourself, you want to blame women for not being attracted to you. That seems counterproductive. Seems counterproductive. Get out and make it happen. But instead of that, you want to complain and be a professional victim. You can do that too. But you can get out and make it happen. The same 3 things can go for women, but I'll be honest. Women do have a different rating system to being more desirable in the dating market. And a lot of it has to do with their attractiveness. I'm not going to lie. Attractiveness for women is probably almost number 1. Then I would say it's a toss-up between character and finances, because most men, they only care about attractiveness. A lot more than, a lot of men. Normalize this distorted view of reality is dangerous. Little Mac, it sounds like you're discouraged by what I said because maybe you don't have those 3 things. So instead of you saying, oh, thank you for the advice, you're saying that it's dangerous because you would have to now take accountability and live up to it. So it sounds like you are just a professional victim, like I said before. You like to complain. You're a complainer and you're a victim. So at least be honest about where you're at in life. You would love to blame women because it's your cop-out. So anyways, hi, thank you guys. Gracias. Somebody said Linda. I don't got a problem with strippers. I think it's good for dark feminine energy. It has cons too. I see where you're coming from, Charlie. Little Mac, just put that 4-pounder, aka that baby arm in her. I don't think Little Mac, if you don't have a good D game, Little Mac, because it sounds like that is another issue, then that's why I'm saying work on these other 3 things. A woman would even tolerate a man with bad D. There is some women out there that would tolerate it. And some women will be so taken by other aspects of a man, him having not the best D could make that woman still stay around. Some of them. I'm not saying this is me. I'm saying some of them. Right. They depend on men to support them. Women don't support women financially. What are you guys talking about? Men with good D are toxic. Because you know why also, Charlie, you know another reason why men with good D are toxic? It's because they know what they're bringing to the table. So if they know that they have some good D, they kind of have more leverage. So they look at it. Yeah, if you have bad D, be an eater. I agree, B. Frost. I'm saying my connection with God is more important than any of your insults. What I'm saying is really true. Little Mac, Little Mac, the truth is making you feel like I'm insulting you. Take that into consideration. I have not actually insulted you. I spoke very truthfully. And I did it in a very tasteful way with actual solutions. And instead of you being able to appreciate what I was able to give you today, you decide to be a victim again and say that I was insulting you and So like I said earlier, Little Mac, you're a professional victim. You're a professional complainer. The problem is never modern women. You like to be a victim and you like to complain. So congratulations. I will end this conversation now because I will not. But I know other people got benefits off of this. Little Mac and Cheese, she's not insulting you. She's giving you advice. He's a victim, y'all. So everything I said right now, he's been victimized by me, you guys. I beat him up with my words of just giving him advice and truth. Lil Mac, stay after class. I got you. Yo, B Frost would absolutely help. You know what's crazy, y'all? I saw this recently. There's this guy, y'all, who gets women. Like he has his way in the dating market. It has a lot to do with his looks, his charisma, his character. The 3 things really that I said, it's not so much his job, but with what he does well with. So there's this little, there's this, his words, there's this little homie. Sorry, you guys, give me a second. Give me a second. Woo! Let me blow my nose. Why am I need some allergy pills. I wonder if this carpet is making me do. So, I hope my phone ain't disconnect like it did one time. Okay. So, he has this little homie, right? The guy who is pretty much like, he doesn't have problems dating necessarily. He goes through everybody who's in the dating realm still goes through the ups and downs in being in the dating realm. But other than that, he can get girls, is what I'm trying to say. So his little homie, he has a little homie who never gets girls. So he's trying to help him get girls. He's trying to teach him. You know what this little homie was saying to him the whole time? He was basically saying, the way you look is the reason why you're pulling girls. Or he'll try to say like, he will always try to say reasons why he's able to pull girls and he's not. Somehow he has some glorious advantage that he doesn't have. And in reality, this nigga was an asshole. His character wasn't good. So it was not only when he wasn't before he was an asshole, you guys, he didn't have game. Every time, this is my brother and his friend. Every time my brother tried to teach the little homie game and to just be a likable guy, he just would not want to do that. So it was just really sad to see this happen. And it's like he always would strike out with girls. And then he'll get frustrated and mad at everybody else for it. So sometimes there's people like that in life too. You really can't help them because they just are, they're self-sabotagers. They can't help themselves. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's just a lot. Some people are just professional victims, y'all. It's easier. It's easier because they don't have to confront their ego of them realizing, hey, you should work on yourself. So instead of working on themselves, what did they do? What's easier? What's easier than working on themselves? Blaming somebody else. Hi, girl. How are you been? Missing your lives, but just stop by and say hi now. You been... Whew. How you been? You got anything going on for Halloween? Hey, girl. For Halloween, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna do for Halloween, but hopefully I go out, have fun, get lit, drink some drinks, smoke some weed. I don't know. I don't really actually smoke that much, but maybe I'll drink some drinks. I'll probably be out with some friends that I'm, you know what I'm saying? Maybe something like that. If not, I'm probably gonna, I don't know, maybe I'll just chill out. I don't normally celebrate Halloween, you guys. I'll be honest. I don't normally celebrate Halloween, but I might do a costume party or something. So yeah, I don't know who that rapper is, but maybe I'll check it out. You got money, you got women. You see what I'm saying? Like, men, to make, for young men especially, young men, for them to be desirable in life, they should focus on themselves. And what that looks like is getting a good career. They should focus on their outward appearance. So focus on their outward appearance, but then also focus on their character. Sometimes the appearance, sometimes the way a person looks and their job can get them in the door with a woman, but to actually keep women, their character plays a part too. But that's across the board with anybody. I've never celebrated. I like the outfits. I'll try one day. Yeah, you're going to drink those daddies. LOL. So after all, you're right. No pregnancy here. That's good, Miriam. Good to hear that. I haven't been able to get my hands on the daddies again, but I'm still on the lookout. So I don't know if I'm gonna drink the daddies, but if not, I might drink something, girl. But yeah, I don't normally celebrate Halloween, you guys, but I will probably go to like maybe a costume party. Lil Mac, why are you yapping like she's a woman, you idiot? JulraeJulrae, why is people turning on Lil Mac? So, okay. So, Little Mac was in here immediately giving me insults, right? And then he started blaming women. So, I started talking to him about his logic and how his logic is flawed. The more I'm having a conversation up here with him, the more the chat saw what I saw immediately about him. And so he made the chat turn on him. He was up here lying about me. He's just not a good spirited person, I guess. So the chat picked up on it after me talking with him for some minutes now. That's why I didn't know 19-year-old. Huh? I don't need anybody to back me up because I know what I'm saying is true. You know it's true. So basically everybody's been sitting here looking at what Little Mac says and looking what I say, looking how he responds. And they keep seeing him like throw a tantrum and just gaslight. Like he'll just be up here as if we all aren't sitting here, and he'll just make up something to make me look like I'm a bad person. But everybody's up here watching in real time, so it's kind of pointless for him to do that. Probably he's a bitter ex. Charlie, he could be a bitter ex. And you know, sometimes I thought that about James and the Chris account. They act like bitter exes too. So yeah, let me put these cards out. He should blame himself before he gets turned into a pancake. Yeah, James is just hurt. He seems like he's hurt, you guys. I'm not James. Little Mac. Little Mac seems like he's hurt. He seems like he doesn't have his way with women. He seems like women are could you imagine, as a man, the quote unquote biblical weaker vessel is the villain in your life? Like, you're a loser. You're a loser. So like, it seems like James just is a loser, y'all. Like the legit meaning of the word. That's why I like 19-year-olds. Oh, okay. I don't know what you said before that though, James. Watch out for bitter ex. I'm doing that too. Charlie, I've had bitter exes get up here and they tried to tussle with me under fake accounts. And it's so crazy because whenever that has happened to me in my life, that ex is a feminine man. Like one time I had this one ex, he made a woman's account to try to argue with me too. And it's like, how much of a bitch are you? Like, you want to be a bitch to me. Like, you want to be like, bitch, da da da. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the vibe. I feel like whenever a bitter ex has made a fake account to argue with me, it's because he wants to be like, bitch, da 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 da, girl, you ain't cute, da da da. Like, I always get that vibe. It's always the feminine man. Like, a masculine man isn't going to go out his way to create a fake page to argue with me because they don't care that much. And if they were salty, yeah, it's the rainbow men. The one ex that I knew for sure did that, like I knew for sure it was him.